And then also validating that.
Right.
Like, yeah, this is incredibly hard. What you've endured was terrible.
Yeah, I think it's so important because I remember when I was going through my divorce, encountering this notion of, well, it takes two to tango. And that is sort of the presumption that I think the populace comes into every divorce with. And even we've experienced mental health professionals.
Yes.
And it can be very counterproductive in helping these gals get out of an abusive situation, because sometimes there isn't physical violence, which of course, you know, when there is, it sort of ratchets everything up. Everybody seems to understand.
Yes.
And the court system does as well, that,
Correct.
you know, that's just not okay. And that, you know, steps will be taken that are much different when the abuse is either emotional or verbal.
Yes.
But a lengthy period of time of emotional abuse can be as or more destructive, I think, for a woman in terms of her not seeking her freedom from a very bad situation.
Yes.
And it isn't really fully recognized, even within the mental health community, in a way that you have.
Yeah, and I guess that's where, you know, personal experience helps. You know, because when I left my ex-husband, everybody, because he was such a substance abuser, everybody was just like, you're codependent and you're an addict.
Right.
And I was like, I think there's something more going on here. But even the professionals I was working with, and this was a long time ago, you know, that's what they told me. And not that that didn't help me a little bit, but I was like, of course, I'm codependent, it's my fault.
Yeah.
You know, and not that we all shouldn't take accountability for our part in things. And of course, like I learned a lot about myself through going to therapy, but it was the wrong label. I'm not codependent.
No, you're not.
I have avoidant attachment. I'm very self-reliant. And so it just was a misdiagnosis. And it's not even in the DSM anyway. So it's as slippery as a horoscope, actually, we've discovered. And it didn't do me any good. And it doesn't do these women any good.